my streaming session where, just to make it easier, I think I'll just explain live why I want to encourage some friends to play this game and why it's well worth playing. So I'll just do it, explain it, like why I find the mechanics so interesting while actually playing a live 1v1. Yeah, so I came to, and it's going to be a noisy environment, and no doubt it's a rather poor quality audio and all that, but anyway, we'll see. So I came to Supreme Commander from Total Annihilation, and it's a similar mechanic, but it's kind of streamlined, I think, substantially. So it is a little bit more accessible. It certainly feels a lot more fast-paced than the original Total Annihilation. You know, compared to a lot of other strategy games, I think one of the reasons why this one excels is it just throws you into the action right away. Pretty much right away. Maybe like there's a minute at the beginning where you're focusing on your initial base building, but after that, you're just going to be in the action constantly. Or you should be, I suppose, because the game does not reward players who turtle. And I think, that's one of the strongest elements of the game. And you can see I have a ranking as a player who plays in the matchmaking system. So I'm Bronze 5. Bronze 5 is the worst category. But since I'm playing against real human beings, being the worst category is not necessarily a sign that I'm terrible at strategy games. Human beings are really, really good at playing games, I guess you could say. So I mean, even the players in Bronze 5, I'd say are pretty smart on average, and play pretty well. And the game has been out so long, although I just started playing it, that effectively, a lot of the people who still play are pretty experienced, I think. Yeah, you can see here how far I have to go if I want to be considered a very good player. So in the 1v1s, it's just, bronze, and they use the ELO system. So anyway, I suppose one thing is it does sometimes take a while to actually find a match, and right now it's not an ideal time, it being the afternoon on a Sunday here, but that's fine. So we'll just wait. And I think, a lot of the old RTS games like Age of Empires, Command & Conquer, StarCraft 1, and then some of the other lesser known titles like Dark Reign and variations on the above, I think you could say that all of them have strong points. Like, I think StarCraft is amazing the way that matches can turn on a dime. And I think that maybe comes at a cost of accessibility, because you really can't jump into matches with random players in StarCraft, the original StarCraft today, without knowing something, or you'll be defeated quite handily. There is a really rich and deep meta there. With this game, I think it is a bit more simplified than SC1, StarCraft the original. It has a very different feel to Age of Empires. I think one of the frustrations I have with Age of Empires is that it takes so long to get into the actual match. Like the actual, let me rephrase that. Like, there's a long lead time before you sort of reach a crescendo in the battle. You have to spend a bit of time each game building things up, but there is tremendous depth there, and I think that would be really good if you happen to know how to play. So this one is definitely a lot more accessible than that. But anyway, Yeah, this is taking a bit longer than I was hoping. And what else? I'll just randomly talk, I guess. I think, yeah, like there isn't anything that I'm aware of that's exactly like Supreme Commander. I think that if you compare it to like StarCraft or Age of Empires, like the resources are used up quite quickly. I mean, in StarCraft, you move to an expansion and then you need to keep moving to an expansion. Otherwise, you quickly run yourself. Yeah, find that you've run out of minerals. Okay, here we go. There's a live match. And you don't want that. So you have to constantly expand. Whereas this, you should expand, but you don't really run out of resources. It's a very different system, and so that's kind of a bit easier in some ways. So it's about I suppose a fair amount of automation because you need to have so many factories that are producing units. I have compared it unfavorably in the past to like a game where you have to do your tax returns under a really strict time limit. But anyway, some areas where, oh dear, not this map. Alright. Yeah, so like I said, I think I mentioned that I'm really bad. Yeah, so I'm especially bad on this map because I have played it once before and I was defeated quite handily. Oh yeah, so one of the things you've got to do is you've got to queue a lot of things. You can't just tell a unit to do something and then change what you're doing to focus on something else. Like you really need to queue a whole bunch of stuff up because your attention is going to be like, your attention is quite limited. This is not a good map for me because I'm not very good, like I said, and so they're going to be over here, but there's like too much distance between us. Yeah, like I think the last time I played it, I was defeated in like 10 minutes or something. So it's really not ideal, but I think against real people, yeah, like at this level, I think most of the time it's just going to be a lot of tier 1 units that they're just going to send your way, and essentially it's a battle of the tier 1 armies. Tier 1 is sort of the units you get off the bat. Yeah, so I'll just send this one out to do something over here. Yeah, and so that's being built now. There is a fair bit of lag, but that's probably because I'm streaming. I'll build that thing, and then that one, and then I'll make another engineer. So the engineer is going to come out now. It's not too stressful so far in terms of like the things I have to look at. He can do some stuff here, although it is kind of far away, but that's fine. At some point quite soon, I'm probably going to be overwhelmed by enemy units. I'll just make 2 things here. Alright, 2 laser towers. Alright. What else can I do with the last engineer? He can go over here to build something there, and then after that, it's just going to have to be focused on building up a military, and it is lagging really badly. In fact, I think it's not going to work, is it? I'm sorry, random stranger, but the fact that I'm streaming this game means that you have a poor experience. Anyway. And then build a laser tower like here, I guess. And here. I don't know. Just build a bunch of laser towers. It's fine. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's not. It's not meant to lag this much. This strength is very good. Alright, so we need to build some units. And we're going to make the units patrol. Oh dear. I've actually never had an issue with connectivity before. So the fact that I am having this problem is probably because I'm streaming. And you can... What can you do? Why don't you go around here? And so that's pretty close to the base, but not really far away, so they'll just make lots of units that go over there. This one, these two being the first. Alright, you can just stand here. Actually, you know what? Let's just go over here. Well, what should I do? I can't see my metal. Oh no. I can actually see how much metal I have because interface. The streaming interface. I don't know if I can change that. Yeah, actually, okay. So I can't actually see how much metal I have because the Twitch overlay is getting in the way. But hopefully that won't be the reason why I lose this match, as I fear I will. But then again, losing is fine. It builds character. It helps you get used to life in general. Anyway, so okay, so we're already seeing an air scout. Yep. So sensible players would do well to build up a whole bunch of you know, actually, I might just do some anti-air stuff there first. You know, would do well to scout their enemy. In fact, I should be scouting my enemy, but I don't want to because I am doing focus on land, but that can in fact switch to air right about now. So yeah, I mean, these guys haven't even really gone up here yet, so this is pretty fast into the game, and I'm already seeing the other players' units. I saw one unit, the scout playing. It's been about two. So that's a pretty fast time if you compare other games. A bunch of and then go over and scout the enemy. But it doesn't feel like you're getting into very big engagements very fast, whereas I feel like if the player is aggressive, then I could very well find myself, you know, on a fairly sizable land battle between our forces right now, if they wanted to. I'll just get some scout planes and then they'll see everything over there. Once that's done, yeah, so I'm definitely not focusing on my economy. In fact, I can't even see how much metal I'm producing because of the way it's actually blocked vision. But that's fine. At least I know that they're not getting metal from here, and they may be getting. Oh, no. If their commander is over here, then I should maybe not go there because I cannot do anything effectively against the commander. Is that? I mean, was he meant to build that tower? Yep. You know what? You know what? Two can play that game. Let's go over there. If his commander is all the way out there, that's pretty risky, I'd say. Is he right now? You can actually win this game directly if you... Oh, okay. So I've got some stuff here. You can win the game directly if you kill the enemy commander. So it is interesting that his commander is really close. I don't know if I lose those units. It's fine. You know what? Destroyed those units, but he is getting rather close. to my main army. Now, here's the question. Do I want to engage in a battle here, knowing that my unit cannot win? But if I have my commander going around here as well, then perhaps I might be able to take out their commander. We'll see. There's no doubt, you know, on aggressively pushing forward, because that is a fairly aggressive strategy in my opinion. I'm just trying to move forward a bit. Oh hey, so I'm being joined by my toddler.
Yes.
So as you can see, it's not a very complicated game, right?
Yeah.
And I fear that some of my units are going to start getting killed soon. Right. Alright.
Yay!
Is this interesting to look at, Maine? Okay, there's his commander. Alright. So look, I mean, why not just try and end this quickly? Let's just end this. What is his commander even doing there? Anyway, that's fine. Let's just go for it. And you know what? Yeah, I could try and do something smart, but it's so much easier to judge and try and end it quickly, and therefore I don't have to expend any like mental effort. And assuming the commander is going to be there, I'll just it's killing my guys really quickly. It's not really ideal. Alright, why don't you all go and attack?
Commander under attack.
Because they're just going to keep on chasing him down. I need my commander as well. And I think has he gotten an upgrade?
Commander under attack.
Oh no. I was getting bombed there. So as you can see, I'm just sort of moving units around in a desperate effort to chase this commander down and hopefully destroy him, because then that's the end of the game. I mean, you can't do anything if I have no idea how much chasing this potential win at any cost. So I'm just got to get some more units up and running. And yeah, if this doesn't work, because I haven't really worked on my economy, then I can't really do a lot. Yeah, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I mean, his commander isn't even that damaged. I think maybe he's baiting me. But he kind of has to, I guess, send some units in. So you see, like, we basically just started the game, and we've already got like quite a lot of units. So attack commander over there. You see, my commander's under attack and everything. You see, this is terrible. I shouldn't have even let these units, these factories, like they shouldn't even be in that situation. So I'm just sort of chasing them down now. Trying to chase the enemy commander down, trying to do what I can, you know, basically. And that guy can go over here and make some more metal makers. But I mean, I don't even know how much metal I'm producing because I can't even see the thing, as I said a few times. Yeah, his commander is not going too well. He's got 4,000 HP. That's not too high. There's some big issues with lag. Which I'll make use of to get this guy to attack. He has, what's his base like? I can look at his base since. Alright, oh, he's building it well. Just gonna wait. Maybe he's actually not, maybe it's not just Twitch, maybe it's the actual internet connection itself. He might have lost his internet actually. If so, I mean, that will be it. Can't do much about that. But you know, it's a fairly thrilling game, I guess. You can see how we sort of rushed into the battle. There was like a little bit of economic development, but not really. I don't feel if you play in the correct way, I think most of the time you're sort of meant to just expand like wildfire, and basically, if you do that and you succeed at that, then you probably don't even need to worry about your economy at all. You can have your cake and eat it too. If you occupy all of these resource points, you know, well, I can't occupy these ones, but I mean, if you see, I've occupied quite a few, so that gives me all of the resources I need to do your average kind of things, and then sort of the focus is really just on churning out lots of units, and yeah, there is a bit of micromanagement. Like I had to micro my units around so that they didn't have to fight the commander directly because he's too strong. So my commander has to sort of go in front. And yeah, I mean, you have to look at where they are, because one unit, if an enemy unit that gets in, especially at the more advanced units, they'll do too much damage. Yeah, but like it's pretty simplified actually, compared to how complex. I mean, this might not be agreeable to everyone, but I think compared to how complex StarCraft 1 games can get. I'm not very experienced with StarCraft 2, but StarCraft 1 games had tremendous complexity, you know. Oh, there it goes.
Commander under
What?
attack.
Has he left? I think that was it, because oh, okay. What happened there? I don't think he necessarily lost then, actually. I mean, he was not in an ideal position. I think I was slightly ahead, but I don't think that he was necessarily down and out. I mean, he even had a higher score at the end. Let me have a look. Mass. Okay, so I'm slightly ahead in economy. Yep. Alright. Units built. Pretty similar. Kills. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay. I don't think he had to quit then. I think maybe his internet just died. Anyway, that's an example of a match. Okay, yeah, that was fairly thrilling, if a bit unsatisfying. So that's an example of how it can be good.